Down fibers are fibers that come from the downy undercoat of many animals like cashmere goats, bison, yak, and camels, for example, are some of the down fibers that you might spin. And what makes down fibers interesting is that they are extremely short and lofty. So this is the staple length of cashmere, for example, and the fiber itself is extremely fine, and when you spin it with a long draw, you get a nice lofty yarn that holds a lot of warmth and softness. The best way to spin a down fiber is with a long draw, and you will want to have a lot of twist going into this fiber because it's so short. So be sure to set up your wheel so that it's on the smallest or the largest ratio, which is the smallest whirl, and that will allow you to get as much twist as possible into your fiber. If you're spinning it with a spindle, you would probably use a support spindle, and we have another video about how to spin with a support spindle with this type of fiber. To start it, you want to make sure that you get a lot of twist right in at the drafting point, and then you just want to allow it to go in from your wheel and do a long draw. And I do this a little bit slowly because I want to make sure I get enough twist. So I hold back a little before I allow it to go onto the wheel in order to give it enough time to get the twist into the fiber. If you want to check if you're getting enough twist in your fiber, the best way to do that is to stop your wheel and pull a length out from your wheel. If you can pull it off your wheel without taking the drive band off, you have enough twist in your fiber. If you pull it off your wheel and it falls apart, you do not have enough twist in your fiber. Right now I'm spinning cashmere. This is a beautiful preparation that comes to me in the form of a roving. And it can be a little difficult to spin cashmere consistently. Part of this is because it's so lofty that there's a lot of airspace in the cashmere. So if you actually take your cashmere and you squish it up a little, so that there's less air in it, you'll get a nicer, more consistent thread. You don't have to worry about felting cashmere. It doesn't felt very readily, if at all. And so you can really kind of squish it up a lot in your hand. Even though you're squishing it, you want to make sure that you are holding it with a very light touch. Although it looks like my fingers are pinched close together, in reality there is very little pressure there. I'm mostly guiding the fiber with these two fingers. If you get a slub that you don't like, you can just untwist a little and pull to even it out, and you can get a nice consistent spindle. Other types of down fibers and cashmere might come in a different type of preparation. For example, this is baby camel here, and this is the fluff just as it's taken off the animal and dehaired. So it's been prepared in that it's dehaired, but it hasn't been made into a roving. It's just what's called a cloud. You spin this exactly the same way, and in fact, I think the cloud is a little easier to spin than the roving. Again, this is yak that has been made into a roving. And you can spin this the same way. If you find that you have a little nubbin like that, you can just pull it off. Once you've spun any kind of down fiber like camel, yak, cashmere, buffalo, you want to make sure that you finish your yarn correctly, and the best way to do that is to finish it in nice hot water and to beat it up a little bit, and that will allow it to bloom, and you'll get lovely, soft, wonderful cashmere or other down fiber. And it's also really good when you're spinning a down fiber to do a multiple ply, because the fibers are so short that you will start to lose fiber if you have a loose ply or if you have less plies. So more plies allow it to have a more stable yarn.